Here we are at Antietam. The compass rose indicates that this is north. Today McClellan is putting all his strength in the north. He's going to drive through this way. I'll be placing casualties on each of these boxes. On this side, I'll be placing the infantry casualties, and detachments, cavalry, and artillery will be down here. The infantry blocks are what break an army. The Union breaks with 8 losses. The Confederacy breaks with 5. In the morning, Longstreet's artillery fires on Union artillery to the north of them, disrupting the Union guns. In the mid-morning, Longstreet's artillery switches their target to the Union artillery across the Antietam, throwing them into disarray. Union artillery fires at the Confederate lines, throwing the forward detachments back. Jackson's artillery fires on Union troops moving through the east woods, with little effect. Mid-morning, Burnside's troops assault Jackson's left. D.H. Hill's division is lost, beating back the Union assault. It's now late morning, and Franklin's division will arrive. The Union artillery attempts to silence Jackson's artillery, which, with good effect, they do. Longstreet sends Hood's division to reinforce Jackson's right. Franklin's division is ordered around the Union right. In the late morning, McClellan orders bags unpacked, try to get his artillery up and firing again. And on the Confederate left, the Union assault in full hits the lines. At a heavy price, the Southern line is driven back, but Stonewall Jackson's troops hold in the West Woods, and Sumner's corps is driven back. It's midday, and as you can see, the Union drive has been very costly. 3 blocks are lost. The South has lost 1 block and 3 detachments. Burnside's 9th Corps has lost 50% of its blocks. With the bags here unpacked, Union artillery is able to recover. The other Union artillery fires on the Confederate artillery, with devastating effect, driving it back. Franklin's corps advances and meets with Burnside. Stuart's cavalry rushes to plug the hole in the Confederate line. It's midday. Both sides reorganize their lines for the next assault. Having held up the Union advance, Stuart has his cavalry fall back. It's early afternoon, and A.P. Hill will arrive with his light division. And remember, in the Black Powder era, light means elite. Union artillery opens up on Longstreet's artillery. The other artillery opens up at maximum range at Jackson's artillery. Jackson is forced to pull his artillery back. In the early afternoon, the Union continues their assault, but Lee has managed to flank Sumner's attack on the far right. The Burnside comes forward and tries to limit the damage. At the end of the early afternoon assaults, all 3 of Jackson's divisions have been destroyed. Were it not for A.P. Hill racing on, Jackson would have nothing to command. But Union casualties have been twice what the Confederates have suffered. They have 2 corps exhausted. Can they continue the pressure on the remaining Confederate forces? It's mid-afternoon. Union artillery opens up on Confederates outside Sharpsburg, exacting a toll, but the Confederates hold. Other than the Union artillery fire, it is quiet in the late afternoon while the lines reassemble. Longstreet's artillery bombards the Union artillery as it's brought up, but to no effect. They're so low on ammo now, the effect is minimal at best. Looks like the Union have strength for 1 more assault, and Fitz-John Porter, the Lion of Antietam, comes alive and his troops surge forward, sensing the weakness in the Southern artillery. but the artillery is pulled back and Porter's corps is basically destroyed. Fighting in Sharpsburg. The last of Sumner's strength is expended, driving the Southerners from Sharpsburg. Jackson's artillery and Hood's Texans drive back Hooker's division. And A.P. Hill's corps is driven back by Slocum's division, but they have no strength and can no longer hold. At this point, the Union Army has received 50% losses. They break and flee. Lee has won at Antietam, but Jackson's corps paid heavily. Good game.